All right, what's up, guys? Kyle here at my local comic book shop where I work, Comics Connection. I just figured with Manimal gone, missing from the channel, I'd give you guys a look at what's coming out this week, considering I have like the little head start here when I get the comics Tuesdays, so I can show you guys what's coming out this week. Hopefully Jim doesn't mind. Jim, if you do, just let me know and I'll get this off the Facebook. But these are not all of the comics that are coming out this week. Unfortunately, my comic book shop doesn't get every single thing, and plus I don't want to make this video like 50 minutes long, going over everything that comes out this week, plus a couple of the comics out this week like Superman, Supergirl are unfortunately sold out. I could go pulling through people's boxes, pull lists, but I don't want to do that just to grab them to show you. So just know that these are not exactly every comic that is coming out this week, but it is most of them, and it's the ones that I feel, I'm biased of course, but that matter the most. So that being said, let's jump in to the Marvel comics this week that we got. Now I had to grab my little bag here because I grabbed a few that are now sold out because I grabbed them. So first we have Absolute Carnage, Scream. Now this is a little tie-in to Absolute Carnage. Unfortunately, I have not read Absolute Carnage yet. Unfortunately, I need to get to it. I am not a big fan of Donny Cates. It's not that I think he sucks as a writer. I think he's overhyped. That's just my personal opinion. Also, I don't like I have not read Venom, his Venom run. But I do know about it. I know Null, or whatever his name is, the symbiote deity god, evil planet guy, and I know about him through also Silver Surfer Black. I'm not a big fan of him, of that character. I think it's I just don't imagine the symbiotes being that way in my own little world. I just don't like that character. I don't like it, and I'm not too impressed with Donny Cates' writing. It's not horrible, like I said. It's just, like, I like his Thanos run with Cosmic Ghost Rider, blah, blah, blah. I digress. Anyway, so here's Absolute Carnage Scream tie-in, which I saw one of you guys posted on, the Gem page, Facebook page, that she is getting her own tie-in or her own series coming in November, I believe, and her identity is supposed to be a secret, so they're keeping that a secret. Next, we have another Absolute Carnage, Separation Anxiety, and it's just with Venom's other children or clones. I never fully read that story in the 90s. I just know a little bit about them. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man. When I was reading this, honestly, I started to read it when it first started coming out, and I really tried. I fell off around like issue 5 or 6, something like that. Not too impressed. Captain Marvel #9 this week. We also have Conan the Barbarian Exodus, which is like another little mini series coming off of Savage Avengers and stuff like that. Age of Conan, Valeria? Sorry, don't know why I stumbled on that. I'm assuming she is a Conan character. I have not read anything about her or with her in it. I still have yet to read Savage Avengers, unfortunately. I have it, but I have not read it. You got Mark Waid on Doctor Strange. Not read much Doctor Strange, but I'm sure it's good. Fantastic Four #13. Totally forgot they were even doing a Fantastic Four run here recently. And the funny thing is, I've been really getting into Fantastic Four a lot lately. I just got the Volume 1 Omni reprint that came out, but have not gotten to this series yet. Next we have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #10. I've heard good things about it. Heard it's really wholesome, got a lot of character to it. Have not read any of it yet, but you guys have to let me know how it is in the comments. Next we have Gwenpool #1. So if you're a big fan of Spider-Gwen or Deadpool or Spider-Man, you may want to check this out. Or I shouldn't say Spider-Gwen, I guess she's Ghost Spider now, or whatever, but you want to give that a check. Immortal Hulk Director's Cut, so, Jim, this might be a great time for you to jump on and grab this. Obviously, I know you've been contemplating getting the oversized hardcover or whatever when that comes out, or if you should try and start collecting the singles issues. Great place to grab time to grab this at least and read that. The next we have the Invaders. Good gravy, Miss Daisy. Whoop. Sorry about that. Next we have Ironheart Visits Wakanda. Not much to say about Invaders. Haven't really read it. Have been picking it up. Ironheart number 9. She goes to Wakanda. Didn't really get a chance to look into this. Then we have Loki number 2. Not a big fan of Loki's look. Newer look like that. I don't like it. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 9. Really digging this series. Pretty cool so far. Definitely a good read. Pick it up. And then I saw this. I don't know if this is a one-shot or what, but it's Punisher Kill Crew. I was flipping through it. Kind of looks a little silly. Kind of looks... I'm not a huge fan of Punisher. I don't hate him, but it's just him going around looks like killing a bunch of frost giants or something silly, and I don't know. It's whatever. Next, we have Silver Surfer Black, number 3, Donny Cates. Again, I'm not a huge fan. I am curious to see, is this... I've heard that Silver Surfer's turned black before, I guess, apparently, or whatever. I don't know in what. Curious to see if that's him exhausting his power, or if from what I've been getting, is he turning evil? Is it a symbiote? I'm kind of curious to see. I haven't really fully picked up on what's going on there yet. Speaking of Silver Surfer, the Prodigal Son, I'm actually kind of curious to read this. Excited to. It looks kind of good. Flipping through it. I guess he's fighting a royal family member of some alien race or some other planet, so that looks intriguing. Then next up we have Star Wars Target Vader. I didn't even know this is number 2. I didn't even know there was a number 1 that this was out, so I'll have to check that out, see if I can grab number 1, give it a read. I'm a fan of Star Wars, but not a big fan of Disney Star Wars, so we'll see. And then number 5, Symbiote Spider-Man, and then a reprint of X Factor. And that looks good. I've never read anything X Factor, so I did grab this myself as well. And then last but most certainly not least, my recommended read for this week for Marvel is, of course, Powers of X. I grabbed myself. I've been grabbing all the Decades variants. I think they're pretty dope. And again, I did read this one today while I was working at the shop. Fantastic. I feel like these House of and Powers of, Powers of X or Powers of 10, House of 10, House of X, whatever. I feel like they just keep getting better and better as each issue goes on, because there's more and more of the stories revealed. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of Hickman, because I know his stuff can get all kind of complicated and convoluted and stuff. I actually stopped reading the first issue of House of X midway through just because I was like, ugh, too much. And thank God I picked it up a couple hours later just to finish it. And as soon as I picked it back up, read it, fell in love. I could not stop reading it. So definitely pick this up if you can. All right, now let's move on to DC. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit here. You've got Batman Outsiders number 4. Batman Universe number 2 is out this week. I'm assuming it's just Batman kind of teaming up with different characters and whatnot. So it might be something if you're a big Batman fan to check out. Next we have Black Hammer and Justice League, which is pretty cool, issue number 2. Again, this is kind of one of those series for me that flew under the radar. I didn't even know they were having a team up here or a crossover event. It actually looks pretty sick. I've never read Black Hammer. I've always wanted to, but I figured I'd check out this Dark Horse DC collab. Next we have number 14, Catwoman. We have, of course, Batman Detective Comics, Mr. Freeze 109, Year of the Villain. Next we have the big event, DC, that's going on right now. Bendis is writing. It is Event Leviathan. I like Bendis' stuff for the most part. I do have the other 2 issues. I picked up this issue today. I have not gotten a chance to read any of these issues, but it is a 6 issue mystery thriller kind of thing. I plan on actually kind of reading this once I get all 6 issues. Next we got Flash. What number is this? 76. And then we also have, now this is a big seller at my comic book shop. I don't know if it's a big seller across the board around the country, but it's funny. Hawkman is actually my third favorite DC character. He's pretty awesome. This is Hawkman number 15, but I didn't really realize that many people liked him or if the story is really that good, but we constantly sell out of Hawkman here at the shop. So like we only have 2 issues of this left, so that means like a bunch of people have been putting it in their pool box or in their pools. And the wall is constantly sold out, so check that out if you haven't yet. I'd like to check it out. Justice League Odyssey. Not following the Justice League stuff right very much. I'm not following any DC really right now. They've been kind of lacking. I've been kind of following a lot of Marvel, especially with Powers of and House of, and now Absolute Carnage. So, and this had me curious. Titans Burning Rage, number 1. I figured this would be the best spot to pick up or grab it. It's number 1. I'm not sure if this is a mini series, if this is a continuous series, it's just starting up. But I would like to know a little bit more about the Titans. I've never watched the TV show, but you know, I love Young Justice, the cartoon show, so I might give this a chance. I'd give this a read this week. And finally, we have Wonder Woman for DC. This is number 76. And next, we will move on to the independent / various / or miscellaneous Image whatnot comics that I thought would be worthwhile or worth mentioning. We have number 16 of Gideon Falls. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but again, I have not read it myself. Don't know really the synopsis or what it's about. Sorry, guys. I had to throw in Go-Go Power Rangers. Big fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when I was a kid. Have not read any of the comics, but I'm looking to get the Shattered Dimensions oversized hardcover when that comes out, if I can grab that. Gogor, I don't know exactly fully what this is about. Some guy like on a farm where he's training, he finds like this Bigfoot like Swamp Thing guy. I have grabbed all 3 of the other issues of this. I want to give this a read. It does look decent, and just kind of a good feel-good story. This is issue number 4. Next we have Hit Girl in Hong Kong as part 3 of a 4-part series. If you're a big fan of Kick-Ass, you might want to grab that. We have Neon Future. Just the name sounds cool. I thought it'd be worth mentioning. Number 6. Then we have Oblivion Song, number 18. I tried giving Oblivion Song a read. Wasn't my cup of tea. A lot of people do love it though, especially here at the store. A lot of people pick it up. Now this next one I am super excited about just because it looks good. Once and Future by Boom Studios, number 1. Just look at some of that artwork on the front cover. You know, swords and action and, you know, just all kinds of cool stuff. Looks intriguing, so I thought I'd pick that up myself as well. And I'll let you guys know how that is. Show's End, I grabbed this as well. Mad Cave's the publisher. I just thought it looked cool, interesting, like a little sideshow, carnival-esque story. So it's just different. Thought I'd pick that up. Did pick up Unearthed number 1, and I'm going to pick up number 2 by Image. Looks decent. Heard good things about it, but have not gotten a chance to read it. Usagi Yojimbo, I forget how to say his name. Usagi Yojimbo, the turtle guy. He's a rabbit, but he's appeared in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, and I believe he was a character even before them. So there's that. Now this next one is a little odd, and it's definitely mature content. I grabbed this, The White Trees by Image, thinking it was cool. I was like, oh look, it's pretty dope. Big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. Lion person, man, elf dude. I was like, oh, this will be cool. And let's just say it gets a little gay. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. Some of my best friends are gay or bisexual. Totally, that's your cup of tea, man, that's you. But just gets a little freaky in the last couple pages. So, not what I expected. Let me just say it caught me by surprise. So just know going into this book, it's something different. It's different, that's for sure. It's out there. It's a little crazy. And then finally, Xena, Warrior Princess. So if you're a big fan of Hercules or Xena, number 5, you might want to pick that up by Dynamite. So hopefully that gave you a little bit. Sorry, this went really long. If you made it to the end, congratulations. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you guys have read any of these, if I said anything wrong, if I'm an idiot, if I'm a goof, just let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, have a good one.